Good morning, everybody. This is Eureka John with Eureka Street Crypto Hub, broadcasting live at 5:29 in the morning. And it is Friday the 13th, 2021. And this is my video blog, my morning show channel on Theta TV is where I'm live streaming from. Good morning, Randy. Nice to see you here this morning. It is Friday. I am ready for the weekend. I'm driving to Houston to go see my daughter's band play, and apparently she's in some kind of, I guess, semi-famous band or going to be famous band. I don't know. So apparently they have quite a few listeners. But anyway, yes. So today I have a POAP. I was in a good mood and decided to make a POAP. I got a little POAP burnout from making all those POAPs consecutively. And a POAP means proof of attendance protocol. So if you are watching this episode right now on Theta TV, or later on, if there's still any left, on YouTube, BitChute, or Odyssey, hit me up. Email me at eurekastreetcryptohub@gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter or Telegram. I have a Telegram group, and if you're watching Theta, it's down there in the link. If you're on YouTube, it's in my About section, along with my nice little channel description. So so hit that up, and you'll get your POAP badge. It's an NFT, and it proves that you were there. And who knows, maybe one day, with the way people are trading POAPs on the market, maybe it'll be worth something someday. I don't know. But right now it's worth absolutely nothing except for the touchy-feelies and the fuzzies you get from it. And so I'm not promoting anything or shilling anything on this show. I'm just talking about stuff I'm interested in, and I'm learning as I go along. And you're on this journey with me learning, and that's the whole point of it. And I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not any of that crap. So yeah, this is a lot of it's just my opinions, and my opinions change like the wind. And been doing this every single morning since February 6th, and then I've been doing the channel since October 24th, 2020. So I guess it'll be coming up on a year somewhat here in about a month or so. So it'll be interesting. All right, whatever. It's all just numbers. This is episode 235. So racking them up. Some of the episodes in the beginning I didn't even count because I was trying to figure out how to do this. Anyway, so I'm not going to really mess around too much with all the pricing, but let me get this Raven off the screen, and let me get the where'd you go? Here you go. Let me get the Coin Gecko up on the screen. Just going to take a quick little look. Let me just refresh the screen. And so Bitcoin's up beyond 45,000 at 46,378.74. Ethereum is at 3,244.65. I keep on saying I need to just look for a place to throw in a chunk of money, and I've been waiting for dips in the past week or so, and it's just not happened. So just gonna have to do it in dollar cost average, and that's the thing about dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging means you always put in a little bit, no matter what the market looks like. But sometimes it's a little more painful to put in on that dedicated time than it is on others. Today's payday for me, and I put in a little bit every payday. And some paydays hurt more than others. It's just the way it goes, huh? Polkadot 2211, Uniswap 29.99. Everything is just blowing and going right now. If you're looking at it, Chainlink's 26.69, Polygon $1.43, Data Network 712, Aave 420, the Graph 92 cents, up 31.5% in the past 7 days. I mean, yeah, dude. If you bought 2 weeks ago, you really can't lose right now. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, here's Ravencoin right here. It's up 115% in the past 7 days, and this is what inspired me to look at it. And I touched on it briefly yesterday, but yesterday I did want to talk about a way that I made a mistake. And that's what this show's about too. It's about me not only talking about projects and concepts and things that I like, it's me talking about some of the things I don't like too, which is the mistakes I make. And we're all in this crypto journey and circling our wagons to try to watch out for the watch out for the snake. And we're trying to watch out for the snake, and sometimes get bit by the snake. And I got bit I've been bit a few times lately, through this Cardano thing and through buying into the wrong contract address on the bet index and stuff like that. So I want to tell you about my failures as well as my successes. So just so you guys can watch out. And so yeah, that was one. But anyway, I came across a Ravencoin while I was doing that, and I saw that it was up 111%. Now it's up 114.7%. And I decided to look into it, and I looked into it, and it looks like a really promising project. It started, I guess the concept started in 2017, and then it actually started getting going in 2018. So let's take a look here and see what's up. I've been scouring through the white paper. I've been going down rabbit holes about hashing algorithms and stuff like that. The X16R hashing algorithm, Asic Resistance, and what does all that mean? And Ravencoin covers it all. And so let's go to their website and take a quick look. Let's go to their homepage. Let's just take a quick look at the homepage, see what's up. All right. So Ravencoin is a peer-to-peer blockchain handling the efficient creation and transfer of assets from one party to another. Ravencoin, okay, Bitcoin, it does transactions. It's amazing. It's great at what it does. It's a store of value. It's a really easy way for people to be able to pass large amounts of money back and forth to each other without having to worry about paying some broker, $10,000 to transfer $10 million or whatever. As far as transactions for everyday items, Bitcoin has not really proven to be the best because it's a little slow, and that's been addressed by a lot of other, or attempted to be addressed by a lot of other blockchains, and a lot of blockchains are doing a really good job at it. So Bitcoin has kind of moved more into the store of value space. I think Bitcoin will be what will be kind of the fundamental, the foundation of a lot of money. Bitcoin is out there to make sound money, and that's what it does, and that's what the developers are focused on, and they should, and it's doing a great job. However, Bitcoin is not really made to transfer assets back and forth to each other, or to tokenize stuff like property or tickets or NFTs. So NFTs have been all the rage lately on Ethereum, and NFTs. Ethereum does this by having a contract on in a token on the NFT, the Ethereum contract called the ERC-721 token, and that's a token specifically designed to represent an asset. So anyway, Raven does this at the protocol level, meaning at the very inside the code of the actual protocol of the blockchain, not as smart contracts on top of the blockchain. So anyway, Raven is a protocol based on a fork of the blockchain code, which adds features specifically focused on allowing tokens to be issued on the Ravencoin blockchain. These tokens can have whatever properties the issue of the token decides, so they can be limited in quantity, named, and be issued as securities or as collectibles. You can make your own security token within minutes and have it trade worldwide. This is very different from Bitcoin in that Bitcoin does not allow you to have smart contracts. Now, people have tried to do that. They've done it. They've tried to do it through Mastercoin and Colored Coins, and several other types of projects that are trying to add in assets on top of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is all Bitcoin's gonna Bitcoin. It's gonna be Bitcoin. It's made for store of value and to be sound money. And that's what it is, and what it does, and what it's gonna be, and what it does good. And that's what it should stick to. Ravencoin here, this fork of Bitcoin that's coming out, is doing a lot of things that Ethereum is doing without having to go to be Ethereum either. It can still be a proof of work UTXO mined cryptocurrency. And by UTXO, I mean unspent transaction output. Unspent transaction outputs basically are what a lot of cryptocurrencies are based on. And they are based, say you have a $20 bill and somebody wants to buy something from you for $5, or you want to buy something for $5. Okay, so you're at a newsstand and you want to buy a magazine for $5. You give the guy 20. That 20 represents an unspent transaction output. He gives you a 10 and a 5. So he gives you back 2 unspent transaction outputs of a 10 and a 5. And there's no account there, nothing to be debited or credited to. It's just straight up fungible money given back and forth, and some change given in both forms of unspent transaction outputs. So unspent transaction output is just a fancy way of saying a bill. You give the newsstand person a bill, they give you back 2 bills and change that equal less than that first bill, and those are unspent transaction outputs. Ethereum is based on an account model in which your wallet is tied to a specific balance, and if you wanted to buy that, you would send over from your wallet and you would add to his account or her account, and then that's it. You send $5 out of your account, and your account is debited $5. So, and there's no change given or anything like that. So that's the difference, and that's an unspent transaction output. Well, Ravencoin writes into the protocol level of unspent transaction outputs these things of assets and representing tokenized assets, and that's a huge deal, especially with all this NFT craze going on. And really, Ethereum is probably one of the only ones right now that is it's dominating the NFT market and is doing it very well. But Ethereum can be pretty expensive, man, especially with gas the way it is, and until it goes full on proof of stake. And right now it's just theoretical. But Ethereum layer 1 is really expensive as far as gas is concerned to get anything done. So what if you have something like Ravencoin, which is a UTXO based blockchain that can do NFTs just as effectively, or tokenized assets just as effectively, at a fraction of the price, and maintain a really high speed at doing so. So here we have Ravencoin, and that's what interested me. I was like, because we only have time, to talk and research. There's thousands of cryptocurrencies out there right now, and they all claim to have some special niche and reinventing the wheel. And so I was like, so I'm hesitant to just jump in and start wasting my time to learn about another crypto. But then the more I started reading about Ravencoin, I was like, damn, dude, this is like the cryptocurrency dude's cryptocurrency. This is or not dude and lady, whatever. This is the crypto head's crypto. This is what this is. And anybody that's not a normie will look at this crypto and be like, this is a good project. I think so anyway. So project shares. So what does Ravencoin do? It represents a share of a project. Gold bar, physical coins, physical euros, land deeds, DC Comics even, if you wanted to tokenize that. Energy credits. You could tokenize your artwork. I got some artwork right there, virtual goods, representing virtual goods, tickets to an event such as the Baltimore Ravens game with the ability to resell without worry of duplicates being made. If you don't know, if you're in Europe, Baltimore Ravens are the Baltimore football team, the American football team, named after Edgar Allan Poe's acclaimed book in the 1800s called The Raven. And so there you go, literature in American sports. Who would have thunk it? Anyway, so a license, it can represent a license to allow an activity, an access token to use a service, in-game currency and items transferable to other gamers outside of the game platform. It can represent physical and digital assets, real-world custodied physical or digital assets, securities tokens, stocks or shares of a company where the shares are represented by a token rather than a physical stock certificate, securities of partnership interest with a built-in ability to pay dividends in Raven. So you can create smart contract-like stuff on here. Tokens which represent a co-op, limited partnership, royalty sharing, or profit sharing platform. That's the great thing about NFTs nowadays is I can create the NFT. Like I could create this baseball card as the manufacturer of the baseball card. But the problem is before, once that card is sold, then I've taken all my profit from it. There's nothing I can do about the aftermarket. Well, the great thing about NFTs is written into this baseball card, anytime it changes hands, as the creator, I can get a percentage royalty of that. And that's the beauty of it. And Ravencoin can do this too. So it's not just Ethereum. Ethereum's not the only NFT producer in the game now. I know Cardano can do it, but I've run into some issues with Cardano doing that and transferring it from wallet to wallet. So Cardano's not quite there yet. But Ravencoin, I'm interested to see where they are on this and then how exactly in practice it's going to work. So, but anyway, so far so good. So anyway, and then credit, representing a credit, a gift card, airline miles, reward points. What makes Ravencoin different from Bitcoin? Okay, Ravencoin has a block reward of 5,000 Raven instead of 50 Bitcoin. Block time of 1 minute instead of 10. Well, after the halvings, it's no longer 50 Bitcoin. Ravencoin has a total token supply of 21 billion instead of 21 million. So there's a lot more of them, which is better for transactional types of currencies. A new mining algorithm, the Kapow, which allows for more decentralized mining. I researched pretty heavily last night what Kapow is. Yesterday I called it Cowpow, but no, it's Kapow. Addition and asset and sub-asset issuance transfer unique tokens and rewards, and future addition of messaging and voting. So yeah, and there's a lot of exchanges that have it. You can mine it. There's a couple good. There's the Ravencoin on Twitter, and then there's another account I'll show you here in a little bit. There's a lot of stuff. I found this good article here called Ravencoin Explained, everything you need to know about Ravencoin's history and technology. Ravencoin is a digital currency created on the fork of the original cryptocurrency Bitcoin. This means that it employs much of the same technology with some slight variations. Most notably, a special algorithm allows Ravencoin to be mined by your average computer. This is also amazing too, because the problem with Bitcoin is, I'll go over here to my whiteboard. You have all these nodes and these computers mining Bitcoin, right? Okay, this is great, and this is a proof of work consensus mechanism. All these computers are just back and forth, mining Bitcoin, and they are all trying their damnedest to do so. And it made a nice little happy little block. I guess my others aren't close enough to where it would assume that it's okay, there we go. Anyway, so you have all these computers mining Bitcoin. The problem is people have been getting more advanced. Everybody wants to have some kind of edge and some kind of advancement. So they try to pump up their hashing power more and more by making more and more powerful computers. And then they now have what's called ASIC computers. They've been doing it for a long time, actually. And it's application-specific integrated computing, I believe, is what ASIC stands for. And I have it somewhere in there. But anyway, either way, once these ASICs start, then these specialized computers, then they start getting powerful, like He-Man. I have the power, So this one or two over here, they'll start being the big bosses of the network, and then these computers over here will kind of suffer a little bit of atrophy where they won't really get any of the blocks because their hashing power is too small, and then it becomes too expensive. And say you have a few of these computers over here really start to get super juiced up, and then they end up taking over the network because they're so powerful. And then these over here just kind of shrivel away and die, and then you get these people trying to run some laptops or just some GPUs out of their garage, and they're just like, whatever, this ain't worth it, I quit. So they leave the whole network. And so a lot of these, and then you have these guys over here taking up a lot of power and energy, and they move over to places like China where all the energy is cheaper, and then a bunch of these big guys end up dominating the whole network, and that defeats the whole purpose of decentralization, because then you only have a few big dogs over here putting up these several $1 million mining operations. And so that's been a big criticism of Bitcoin. Well, that's what Ravencoin is trying to counteract, and I think it's amazing. I didn't even know that was an issue within mining for a long time. The more I thought about it, I was like, Bitcoin's decentralized, but is it really? But anyway, so yeah, mining Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is typically expensive and incredibly energy intensive. It also often requires special hardware. Over time, these barriers to entry have centralized a lot of cryptocurrency mining to a relatively small number of nodes, overriding one of blockchain's original tenets, which is decentralization and accessibility to everybody. Because that's how Bitcoin started. You could pop open your computer, run a miner, and get some Bitcoin, and anybody could do it, and it was available to everybody. Not so much anymore, You got Elon Musk over here building, there's the largest Bitcoin operation in the world in West Texas. Elon Musk is opening up some kind of, or there's a Bitcoin. Elon Musk is opening up the huge Tesla plant over in East Austin, and then nearby is another huge, large Bitcoin mining operation. I wonder if they're going to be working together. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is it's become something for the big guys. Ravencoin is one cryptocurrency working to bring about blockchain and Bitcoin's original vision of decentralization, but not without some hitches. Okay. Ravencoin is a fairly new cryptocurrency that was created on a fork of Bitcoin in 2018. It employs much of the same technology as Bitcoin, but there are some key differences. Regardless, just like Bitcoin, Ravencoin is a blockchain-powered cryptocurrency beyond government control, and the main feature of Ravencoin is its ability to be mined by a regular computer. So Ravencoin provides some really good anonymity, and it subverts government control. So the government's not going to like Ravencoin too much. Just like it hasn't liked Bitcoin too much, but now it's kind of gotten Bitcoin under its little thumb in a certain way, with the institutions jumping into it and with Chainalysis and all that stuff. But Ravencoin could be a good alternative. Ravencoin was first introduced as an experimental currency in November 2017 via the blogging platform Medium. In the blog post, Ravencoin's founders connected the new digital currency with the popular TV show Game of Thrones. In the fictional world of Westeros, ravens are used as messengers who carry statements of truth. Ravencoin is a use case specific blockchain designed to carry statements of truth about who owns what assets. Anyway, just 2 months later, on January 3rd, 2018, Ravencoin was born. Most notably, Ravencoin is designed to be mined by your average computer. Rather than a government controlling the money supply as governments do, a circulating cryptocurrency supply only increases as it is mined. For most cryptocurrencies, miners use special hardware to solve complicated math problems to mint new blocks, and they can even receive a fee or block reward for the work. For example, as of 2020, miners receive 6.25 Bitcoins for each block of Bitcoin they mine and add it to the blockchain. Anyway, given that one block Bitcoin was worth $36,548 on June 9th, 2021, and its price hit as high as $64,000 on April 14th, 2021, it's not difficult to see the incentives at play to successfully mine cryptocurrency. While Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of Bitcoin, intended the cryptocurrency to be decentralized, the technological know-how and advanced computing hardware required to mine it has resulted in centralization amongst a small pool of miners, like I just showed you there on that whiteboard. You get this one miner, this small pool of miners over here just completely dominating the space, and like a couple really tall dudes on the basketball team just dominating the ball all the time, with a bunch of Smurfs. In recent years, because of high amounts of energy are now required to mine Bitcoin, mining has been further centralized in a few regions of China where cheap electricity is abundant. However, China just banned Bitcoin and pushed all the miners out of China, and a lot of them are coming to Texas. But either way, it's kind of leveling the playing field a little bit. The hashing algorithm difficulty has been lowered, so it might actually be a good time to jump into some Bitcoin. I'm not, but critics have pointed out that this decentralization in cryptocurrency mining nullifies one of its primary uses, decentralization. A truly decentralized cryptocurrency would require many mining nodes pulling their weight. The Ravencoin blockchain attempts to solve this by creating math problems your average computer's hardware is still capable of solving. So even my laptop, well, maybe not my laptop, but something with a good GPU card. Specifically, Ravencoin uses special algorithms to prevent the need for specialized hardware to mine the digital currency. So you don't need fancy hardware, just a GPU card. You can get that over, maybe not the power you need, but you can get it online, just NVIDIA, AMD graphics cards. This keeps the sophistication of the puzzles from advancing too rapidly and pushing would-be miners out. Ravencoin uses an algorithm known as Kapow. In theory, this means almost anyone with a computer can mine Ravencoin, which is the kind of accessibility that has the potential to create many nodes. And you want a bunch of nodes. You want people to mine your cryptocurrency, because the more nodes you have, the more decentralized your currency is, your crypto is, and your blockchain is, and the more decentralized it is, the more secure it is. You might run into some problems with speed because it takes longer for all those blockchains to come to a consensus. But either way, you want a solid. You don't have to worry about that for a long time, and especially if you have a fast cryptocurrency. You know. Anyway, Ravencoin's creators hope their take on cryptocurrency will lead to a truly decentralized digital coin, as well as make both cryptocurrency and mining more accessible to the general public. So yes, I love the fact that it's very democratic like that and available for free for anybody that has a computer to do. You're only out just the cost of a desktop, which you'll be using anyway to play Call of Duty or whatever you do, you know. So let's see here. There's been 8.96 billion coins out of 21 billion coins mined as of June 9th. So let's see here. Upon launch in 2018, Ravencoin's team was funded by Medici Ventures, a blockchain-focused subsidiary of Overstock.com. I did not know that Overstock had a subsidiary of it that was blockchain-focused. So that's pretty interesting. And it makes sense because blockchain is very crucial and integral for the supply chain. So, hey, all right. Ravencoin was explicitly designed to create a mining ecosystem where the specialized mining hardware used for other cryptocurrencies called application-specific integrated circuits, ASICs, did not have an advantage over your average computer. If you want to know what an ASIC miner looks like, this is what an ASIC miner looks like. I don't know. Looks like kind of just like a heater. pretty much is a heater. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what that is, and then it kind of goes into how to do it and all the specifics and stuff like that. Anyway, I was going down a rabbit hole last night, and I was going into what the SHA-51 is, what the X15 algorithm is. The thing about the how that makes it different than other mining algorithms, because they were using one specific type of algorithm, then they had to switch over to another one because the ASIC miners were onto them. So this Kapow algorithm switches between X15 and SHA-51 algorithms, and it does this and it alternates back and forth and stuff like that. So nobody can ever tell which algorithm it's going to be using for which block. And that I can't get into the details because I don't really understand, but all I know is that it alternates between a couple different hashing algorithms to prevent people from buying these ASICs and programming them to overpower the network and stuff. So yeah. It's about as much as I can tell you on that. Okay, so let's see here. Ravencoin is one of the few proof-of-work coins that is focused more on the Asic Resistance. This helps protect its network from centralization and provides a fair mining solution for anyone. Anyone with a decent amount of hash rate can mine Raven. I'm going to mine Raven as soon as I get this last little bit of Ethereum put into my wallet that I've been mining on my miner. So let's see here. Where is my miner? I'll show you. So every 0.05 Ethereum mined here that I've done and I hit last night, this will be dumped in my wallet here in a little while. And I'm going to switch this over to Ravencoin. Where you go? Right here, Ravencoin mining pool. You can download the T-Rex mining software if you have NVIDIA. And if with that mining software, you install that in your computer, and it's just pretty easy to install. And then you can go over here to two miners, and all you have to do is just put your wallet address in the text file that the two miners gives you, and you're pretty much good to go. And then you go over here to two miners, and you just plug it in. Yeah, you plug in the little two miners address in there in that text file that T-Rex gives you, and it's super easy to set up. If you need any help setting up, let me know. Anyway, where was I here? So yeah, previously we've made a guide on Ravencoin mining. That was long before when Raven was using X16R hashing algorithm, but that algorithm no longer serves its purpose, Asic Resistance. And you want Asic Resistance because you don't want that issue about a few ASIC miners and mining operations taking over the entire network and dominating. But that algorithm no longer serves its purpose, ASIC Resistance, the X16R, In May 2020, Ravencoin introduced a new hashing algorithm and a network upgrade known as Kapow. The new consensus mining algorithm Kapow is like ProgPow and is a slight variation of X16R. Okay, this is where I started getting over my head, but ProgPow is progressive proof of work. Followed by X16R and X16RV2, Kapow is the third Ravencoin algorithm implemented to protect its network against ASICs. Today, whoever thought that you would want to protect a mining network against its own miners? But it happens, you know, greed is a thing. People want to set up the biggest and baddest miner to take the most of the pie. Today you can mine this coin with any NVIDIA or AMD graphics card, and it shows you how here. There was no pre-mine on here or no ICO on the Ravencoin, and I like that because it's truly decentralized. It does not favor any one group of people that launched it and be like, well, we get our fair share. You know, no. It's an open source project and a fair launch of proof of work coin that is specialized in asset transfer, being built on a fork of the Bitcoin code. It shares many similarities and it incorporates several aspects of Bitcoin network and other proof of work coin. Like Bitcoin, Ravencoin also has a fixed supply. In Bitcoin, the supply is fixed at 21 million Bitcoin, where Raven will be 21 billion Raven coins in circulation. Other than a hard cap on supply, the number of coins getting released is also quite similar to that of Bitcoin. The Raven network also has coded block reward halving, which occurs approximately every 4 years, similar to Bitcoin. The current block reward of Raven is 5,000 Raven. So when I mine Raven, hopefully I'll find a block and I can get 5,000 Raven, or I'll probably pool mine instead of solo mine. This will cut to 2,500 Raven when the network undergoes its first halving event in January of 2022. So you have some time to get in before this first halving. Other than this proof of work system where Ravencoin differs from that of Bitcoin and the other top mineable coins, Raven uses an Asic Resistant hashing algorithm known as Kapow. This algorithm makes it easier for anyone to mine Raven using their GPUs. It says, is Ravencoin CPU mineable? They just basically say CPU mining Raven is not profitable and not worth doing, so don't do it. Okay, so let's see here. I wanted to show you Asic Resistance explained. What does it mean for a coin to be Asic resistant? The key mechanism that lies behind Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or basically any cryptocurrency is blockchain. The whole idea of blockchain is that it's completely decentralized, meaning there is no centralized power to control anything. That's why we love it. You know, it circumvents the banks and it puts the hands of the power of finance back in the hands of the people. All transactions recorded in a public ledger known as blockchain, and all transactions are verified by so-called miners who solve the blocks using their computational power. For such technology, the danger of hacking the network and rewriting the values only emerges when a hostile force takes over more than 50% of the hashing power. Thus, it's a 51% attack, if you've heard that. That's what that means. Unless the system is completely decentralized, there won't be a single point of vulnerability. Let's see. Here, let's see what ASIC and what ASIC resistance mean and how it helps in mining decentralization. You want decentralization. You may now ask how ASIC machine is linked to the subject. The history of cryptocurrency began with Bitcoin SHA-256 algorithm, followed by Litecoin script algorithm. Then came X11 for Dash and the Ethash for Ethereum. The main reason for the change in different algorithms is to resist purpose-built hardwares like ASICs. So people built ASICs specifically to solve these algorithms. And the problem is these ASICs get way too good at it. And how do you keep a blockchain decentralized and democratic? You have to continually change the algorithm and upgrade the algorithm. And that is, in a way, what a lot of Bitcoin developers are doing now. The original vision of Satoshi is that everyone could fairly contribute to the Bitcoin network so that it remains distributed and centralized. I got to highlight that, that's for sure. So during the early stages, there were only CPU and GPU miners supporting Bitcoin. As the value of Bitcoin raised, ASICs entering dominating the entire network, making normal miners impossible to mine Bitcoin using their consumer-grade hardware. These ASIC machines are developed by a few top Chinese companies, which not only dominate the network, but also taking all the power from small miners. This seriously leads to a threat of centralized mining, hence the result of ASIC resistance came into picture. There's a bunch of coin mining guides. What is ASIC resistant? Advantages of it. Okay, so let's see here. They show you the ASIC there. It looks kind of like a bug fogger. ASIC simply means a chip designed to do a particular task and nothing else. In the case of cryptocurrency, they're developed for the purpose of mining a specific algorithm. They're powerful, cost-effective, energy efficient in terms of hashes. They're better than GPU mining, and they're only good at that. There's no use for these machines rather than mining these algorithms, whereby technically GPUs, on the other hand, is also an ASIC, and their application is graphic processing and output. The problem is a lot of gamers getting frustrated because people, all the miners are buying up all the GPUs and they're driving the price of GPUs up for gamers, and gamers like, what, man, I can't play Call of Duty with a basic graphic card. I need a good graphic card, but they're all too expensive because the damn miners are buying them all up, driving the price up. When a crypto coin or cryptocurrency says ASIC resistant, then it means there's no ASIC machine or solution developed yet to mine the coin. Yet, that's the key word. It can only be mined using consumer-grade hardwares like CPU and GPUs. As time goes, someone may or may not develop an ASIC for that coin or algorithm, because technically ASICs can be developed for any mining algorithm. It's only a matter of time for someone to crack it, and that's why they say never ASIC proof, but ASIC resistant. So yeah, you can't. I mean, people are going to be people. They're gonna innovate. Innovators going to innovate. And then when you create one mining algorithm, some people are going to create an ASIC for it, and it's just a constant race, and that's development, and that's progress, and that's innovation. The thing that stifles innovation are regulations, and that's the problem, because then things get taken over by centralized powers, and you don't want that. The best example would fit here is Bitmain's recent launch of the most powerful ASIC for crypto night coins like Monero and Electroneum, threatening GPU and CPU miners. However, Monero later hard forked the algorithm, and that's a different story. So does ASIC resistance really lead to decentralizations? Are ASICs secure? Yes. ASICs are more secure compared to GPUs in most cases due to the nature of their limited use. Okay, so if Bitcoin is dominated by ASICs, then is Bitcoin centralized? Bitcoin is decentralized still, and no, ASICs don't centralize the networks, humans do. First of all, the main threat and cause of centralization is when the network faces 51% attack. This is the reason it is always advised to spread the hash rate on different mining pools. Second, all ASICs are developed by sketchy Chinese companies that have poor reputation due to their bad service and limited warranties. Not all miners trust them. Third, they only release a limited supply of these machines in batches, so it's hard to acquire in large amounts. Due to this, and due to a large number of mining pools, Bitcoin and most other ASIC coins remain decentralized. So what use does coins with ASIC resistance have? When a coin says ASIC resistance, then it's not only about decentralized, but it's more than that. It's about offering freedom and equitability in mining. It brings confidence to normal miners to use their average hardware, trusting as their investment won't be betrayed. Due to the wide range of access, miners will form a stronger community, which naturally leads to the coin's success. It gives everyone an equal chance to secure the network, making the system totally decentralized, distributed, and easily accessible. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that in a nutshell. I didn't get more into the whole NFT and smart contract portion of it, but let's watch this little video here on Ravencoin just to see their little intro and see how they portray themselves. I started out with the whole NFT and the smart contract aspect of it, and I ended up going down the ASIC resistance rabbit hole because it's important to understand that concept and the advantages of ASIC resistance. But here we go. Asset Aware Protocol, Ravencoin. It's aware of your assets, 100% public and transparent. It's open source. No pre-mine or ICO, so it's fair mining. No central authority. It is absolutely community driven. Issue, track, and transfer assets. Tokenized assets. Transfer ownership of one-of-a-kind assets. Issue unique tokens. Independent of regulatory jurisdiction, rewards, and dividends. Tokenized voting system. Stakeholder voting. Join the community. Ravencoin.org. Okay, anyway, yeah, I got that little spiel. Yeah, there's Ravencoin is, I think it's an amazingly improved way of doing Bitcoin. Like I said, Bitcoin miner is going to Bitcoin mine, Bitcoin programmer is going to Bitcoin, Bitcoiner is going to Bitcoin, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. But Bitcoin does not have the NFT and smart contract capability. You can send messages on Ravencoin anonymously. You can do a whole lot of stuff, you know. And I pulled up the white paper. I made notes and stuff. Obviously, I am out of time. Damn, how did I get to 40 minutes? I see, you know, I can just go on and on. You know, I have, read this entire white paper. It's a great white paper. It's easy to understand. I would highly recommend it. So take your time, poke around into Ravencoin. I don't know if it's going to be worth anything in the future, you know, but that's not what this show's about. You know, this show's about looking at concepts and projects and fundamentals. I'm not here to talk about price. You know, like price is good, whatever. You know, like go trade. You know, go do your deal. You know, I love the technology. I'm in it for the tech. I am. So read the white paper. It's a good white paper if you're into that. You know, I get my jollies off of reading stuff like this. You know, so I don't know. But yeah. So all right. You guys have a good day. Thank you, Randy, once again. If you want a POAP, Randy, I'm sending a POAP your way. Anybody else, hit me up on DMs. Get yourself a POAP. Hopefully I've shaken out some of the people just in it for the POAP and nothing else. For those of you who watch this, hit me up and get your POAP. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.